All right, so I figured I'd make a video. Um, I know Jordan and Spencer were asking about it, and then I'll just share it with you just because I think I don't know, I'm super intrigued by the speech that I gave. Um, Not because of like what I said, but because of what I interpreted kind of around me. So it is a Normandale diversity group. Um, and I had set my talk up just to be really basic as far as like this is how to like find your calling, and this is where my calling is, especially with the culture that I work with. And there were cultures of like there's like an Armenian guy, um, LGBTQ, um, somebody talked about women's rights, women's suffrage. Somebody talked about just like diversity, like in general, as far as like all the diverse populations, growing diverse populations, all that stuff. And I was just talking about like, hey, this is about finding your purpose and finding your mission and calling in life. And so as I started to listen to everybody speak, I started to kind of change what I was going to say because I soon realized that my speech was going to be very basic compared to like the complexity of what they were saying. Um, so I changed it up, and I talked about a couple personal experiences that I have in the office on a regular basis, and I really used it as a vehicle. I used my speech as a vehicle, just to kind of like shed light on what other people had said throughout the afternoon, and to really like appreciate people for what they said, and their willingness to share their their life. I mean, a lot of times some of them were sharing, how they battle with depression because of an Armenian genocide that happened years ago, and then it just kind of continues to be talked about. And then he's assimilating and forming support groups around the Twin Cities area through Facebook and through the school, and I was just really impressed. And I kind of joked about the people, and yeah, I did talk about finding purpose, but I talked to him, like about chiropractic being a vehicle to serve the Hispanic culture. And this is interesting because like if I would have had like a GoPro, which is like super illegal, obviously for HIPAA reasons, but I wish I could just GoPro like a week just to see like all the crazy things that happen and how I react to them and how I obviously deal with some situations um, in regards to not health related, right? It's like our chiropractic office, in my view of it, isn't actually a chiropractic office. It's like a sanctuary that people refer their friends and family to for help, right? I mean, yes, there are health and wellness needs, but like we have people that come in that need help. They hand me these papers that they're just simple translations of their medical bills, translating documents for insurance, translating or like figuring out like laws, right? Helping them interpret laws in regards to insurance, helping them set up appointments, helping them fill out mileage logs, helping them uh, with immigration questions. It's a chiropractic practice, and they're asking about immigration, um, and I'm just like, this is insane, because in chiropractic school they're just like, all right, so you need to have them get a good history, find out what's causing their problem, and fix their problem, right? And then figure out how to do marketing and figure out how to run a business. Like those three things. That's it. And a little bit of interpersonal communication skills, like how to better communicate with people. But like if you'd have said like, all right, so you're gonna have to help people with their immigration problems and their, you know what I mean? Like, geez. And I talked about it at its very core. What I do, or I feel like what I got stuck doing, even though I really love it and enjoy it, is helping the Hispanic race ascend up the economic ladder. Which is really cool because I mean, people come in like on a work visa for like 2 years. They're working their butts off. They're living like a minimalist lifestyle. They're shoving a ton of their cash back to their homeland, and they're just there by themselves. And they tell me like, yeah, like I got no one here that I know. I'm just working. And it's obvious that all they really know is where they live, where's the store, where can they buy stuff, supplies, and honestly, like our office. They're just 3 locations. And a lot of times they're just either walking around or they do have a car a lot of times, or a lot of times they drive with other people. So I'll see people come in pairs, and I'm like, interesting. um, and another interesting point, a lot of times Hispanic families only have one car, so when they come as a big family. And I always wondered, well, why is that? Obviously, the kids aren't getting adjusted, the mom's not getting adjusted. Why are they here? Oh, it's because they only have one car, right? So, very interesting. And I kind of talked about that, and I talked about empowering. It's our job to empower other people to empower others. Like I soon realized that the room was kind of filled with like cultural diversity leaders. So I kind of threw my original talk out the window, and yeah, I did talk about finding purpose and finding things that really, really illuminate you and make you feel alive. But at the end of the day, I really wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to talk about my experience and tell them about my work with the Hispanic community and how there's more work to be done in other communities too. And it's up to them and it's up to us. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'm out.